program together. Nobody wants to talk to you with that camera. They have nothing to hide. The Nigerian people deserve to know what is going on in the country. And make that how exact as well. The Nigerian people deserve as well. We must be open before the Nigerian people. We must be open before the Nigerian people.
Order! I spent 8 years or 29 years in the National Assembly. I have not seen anything like this. It's disgraceful, it's very embarrassing. I have spent 19 years in the ministry as part of the executive. And I've attended sessions in the Senate when I was in the executive. There's a rule of procedure, rule of engagement that calls for mutual respect on both sides. Mr. Chairman, I've listened attentively to the Honorable Minister. The structure of the ministry is talking about is not strange. Many when you have two ministers, usually the president allocates functions to ensure smooth running of the ministry. And the National Assembly has a responsibility. Unfortunately, your senior minister is not here. He was a senator. He served under me in the Committee of Science and Technology. He knows our function. That the minister or the president gave you directive is not anything new. Every minister has directive. Every minister has directive. We have been meeting here with the TTF, made up of so many other ministries, on how to tackle the problem of palliative matters or COVID-19 matters as affect Nigeria. And we have had very initial discussion, understanding with them. They have directive from Mr. President, but they know the significance, the importance of the National Assembly. We are the representatives of the people. Right. Yes. We know the words, we know the units, we know the local government. And therefore we are here to protect the interests of the artists. I cannot understand, sir, how you can go on with this type of project without the involvement. We have been involved in other programs of this. Other details, our section with the Minister of Finance, the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs. I mentioned that they also have directive on the subject, but they know that they have to interact because we are the representative of the people.
I want to make 3 points. The first is that my interpretation of the minister's speech is to emphasize to us on this part the power of the executive to execute programs. We do understand that. But it seems we do respect honorable ministers and lawyers. We do not seem to understand that in a democracy, you have just like the last man saying, you quoted profusely the NDR, but the broad norm of the country, which is the Constitution, I want to refer you to it. Section 88 says, subject to the provision of this Constitution, each House of National Assembly shall have power by resolution published in its journal and in the Gazette of Government of so and right of course to direct investigation into the listed is not any matter with respect to which it has power to make laws. And then I want to go specifically to Act 88, which is talks about investigation into disbursing or administrating money appropriated or to be appropriated by the National Assembly. Then B, to expose corruption, inefficiency, or waste in the execution and administration of laws within its legislative competence and in the disbursement or administration of funds appropriated by it. And if you check it in line, for the purpose of that investigation under the Constitution and subject to provision thereof, the Senate or House of Representatives or a committee appointed in accordance with Section 65 of this Constitution will have power and several things will have power. These two sections, what it says is that first and foremost, what we are talking about, Mr. President, directly, Mr. President can only do that upon the power of this side to appropriate money. The money is the money of the federal government of Nigeria, the money of the people of Nigeria, appropriated by the federal government. Mr. President has no power to spend any kobo, and that one will put Section 80 in any way, in any manner, without appropriation. And when that appropriation is done or to be done, in terms of what I've read now, the administration and so on, we have power to look into it. Yes. In terms of say you set up committee, you do all the cabinet directive, you have the power to be able to say that committee is a waste. We have the power to be able to say that committee does not represent what you are saying. So the way you are saying it, Mr. Honorable Minister, if I say the Mr. President has an authority and we don't have to be able to say, and you still want to speak, you can come back. I'm coming, don't be in a hurry. I said I have 3 points. Then the next one, you are a lawyer, my son, and you are directing us to say you want this to be done. Can you go and read the Constitution, and that is other section, and the power. In terms of our sittings and so on, it is our prerogative to decide how we want to conduct our sittings in any way. We are guided. What the Constitution gave us is the power of the rule, and we have our rules. And I want to put to you that the last one. You are an appointed minister, 2 points in that. You cannot be a minister if there was no election. Yes. And you cannot be a minister in this government if the people here were not elected, who collected votes now made the president to be elected for appointment. You cannot be a minister without appearing before us. And when we appear before us, it is our senator to decide how we want to approve you. You cannot say to us at that time to say, look, I don't want cameras or I don't want camera. We have the right to say we don't want camera, and we say we approve you. We have the power to say pro and no or no pro and no, because that power has to confirm or not by the same people you are talking. The people vested the power, we are representative of the people. So, Honorable Minister, Mr. Chairman, that's why I put the Constitution. What we are doing, we are not just busybody, and we are not interloping. We are doing the constitutional emotional rule and responsibility. Yes, this is the 52 billion that is appropriated. We have the power, and we did it. On COVID, my chairman is here on health. When the proposal came, we felt certain things are not what is supposed to be, and we did it. Yes, and that is what is called now. But despite that, just like the deputy has said, the PDM, we look at all other aspects of the intervention related to COVID. So these committees, that is the House of Rep Committee and Senate Committee on Level, has the appropriate power and constitution to look at those details of execution you are talking. We are not excluded, because that is what is there. But finally, constitutions, rules, and so on are one. In the presidential democracy, we work hand in hand for the progress of the country and our people. There's no arm that is on the exclusion. As such, no arm can say, I want to go on. We very much understood. And I want to point, when you are talking about efficiency and weight, you started to say you appointed 20 members committee. And I look at section 16 you quoted. The special committee is talking about payment to them. We have at that money, those committees, if they are to be paid, you pay for this money. We can tell you and say that 20 is too much. And you say these are laborers. And other laborers, you are now appointing NURTW, market women. Are those people to bring laborers? Are they to identify laborers? Are they the true representative of people that we know who are laborers in our constituencies and the various constituencies? These are the inputs that we need to make. We make input. The part that the executive is set up to execute must not be an exclusive right. That is the second ambassador that I gave and other second constitution. Finally, Finally, my own request, Mr. Chairman, is that from this side, I want to move. I don't know if Mr. apologize. He must apologize by directing us, and that apology will know the appropriate ethics practices. Because said by I want Nigerian people. You know, we are representing Nigerian people. We are not hiding anything. So you need to apologize because we here appointed. Without our approval, Mr. President can nominate you. If any says no, you can be nominated 100. And then you are a lawyer. You should know what the procedure is. To serve on us, represent of the people, and to demand what is. I demand an apology, Mr. Chairman.
Are we in agreement? I hope I'll be given the opportunity to respond.
If you do what they say.
You cannot. You see, I must respond. What I have said is not illegal, it's constitutional. Because see, it is unfair.
No, please, don't mean that. You can't mean that. If you don't want to apologize, do what you said first. Then you go. Yes. If you don't obey, you go. Please.
The constitution talks about public hearing. So what I'm saying, what am I apologizing for? What am I apologizing for? You said I should apologize for saying that we should do our hearing before the Nigerian people, for insisting that we should do the hearing before the Nigerian people. When I insisted, I did not insult anybody. I did not insult anybody. I only insisted we must do it before the Nigerian people. We must do it before the Nigerian people. This guy is
Listen to me, Honorable Minister, distinguished. Are you better than other ministers? This matter is straightforward. What we are doing here is constitutional. We are carrying out the constitutional responsibility. We want to ensure your efficiency. We want to make sure you're doing the right thing. While we are doing that, we have the constitutional responsibility also to expose corruption wherever we find it. Listen to me. This is not a place to grandstand. This is not a place to grandstand. We are doing serious business here.
How can you expose corruption without the terrorists? I must respond.
What's wrong with you? We have many ministers who came here, so please you can go in here and look at the
It's not a place to grandstand.
Yes, you can go. Are you looking at other ministers? Are you not getting here to say you get a we'll take it on with the president. Are you better than all the ministers?
Bring the program. Playing to the gallery does not work here. Playing to the gallery does not work here. If you watch where you're coming from, it doesn't work here. Am I disturbed? Am I disturbed? I'm disturbed, but am I disturbed? Chairman, am I disturbed? You cannot say something and disallow me the opportunity to respond. It's wrong. It's wrong. You want a solution now and you don't give me the respect to respond? All my life as a lawyer, I'm not browbeaten. I'm not browbeaten. Respond. I must respond to what you say. If you don't want me to respond, and you discharge me, then you go. If you discharge me, I'm here by the authority, I'm here out of the but if you don't want me to continue, I will go.
Can you please stop? Stop talking. The chairman will determine when you speak. Shouldn't talk. Let the chairman determine when you speak. When the National Assembly, when elected members, the chairman will determine when you speak.
This session is over. This session is over. Please, let them go.
Distinguished colleagues, one house. My chairman, my distinguished colleagues, all members of the House of Representatives, all members of the House of Representatives, the leader of the state police.
There are things we don't do. You don't do.
Gentlemen and ladies of the press, let me, on behalf of the committee, yes, one house. Let me, on behalf of this committee, address you. We call the honorable ministers, the two ministers for labor and employment, Public Secretary, Director General, ND, to come and brief us. We didn't call them for any person here for which one. We only call them because there's a special work program under NDE directly on the Ministry for Labor and Employment. And for the interest of Nigerian people, we wanted them to tell us how they come about the combination of the 20-man selection committee from every state. And today, he said, what he's saying, I want to believe is different from what the Director General of ND is saying. Because the Director General is saying they have leaders of the different faiths, that is the Muslim and the Christian, am I right? NW that amounted up to 8 people. How the Honorable Minister come about the 20-man selection? The remaining 12, he didn't know about it. And as the representative of our people, our main aim is to check the executive and government checks and balances. And what he said, 8 ministries have been mandated to look into it. Why I disagree with him? Because the Appropriation Act, that is the budget, that allows spending from government account, says this money is directly and directly under National Director for Employment, under his ministry. So we work with those. After all I'm saying, somebody said he should apologize to this horror house for shouting, because we have a rules of procedures. And we are all in agreement that if he will not apologize to us, that he can excuse himself, or we suspend this program meeting for the notice. Are we in agreement?
Yes. Yes.
Can I respond?
No. No result. First.
The procedure here is not to allow people to respond. I've only insisted, gentlemen, I've only insisted. I did not abuse the senators. These are distinguished senators. I did not abuse members of the House of Reps. These are very distinguished members. I only insisted that since the Constitution talks about public hearing and exposing corruption, we cannot do it. We cannot do it behind the cameras. The Constitution talks about exposing corruption. And so, gentlemen, I only insisted that we should do it before the cameras. And they said I should apologize for saying that we should do it before the cameras. And I'm saying that is not what to apologize for. I only insisted that we should do it before the cameras. And there's nothing to apologize for insisting we should do it before the cameras. There's nothing to apologize for that. I said do it before the cameras. And there's nothing to apologize for insisting we should do it before the cameras. I did not insult them. They are distinguished members, they are respected members. members, their respected members, but to insist to do things before the cameras, I cannot apologize.
Honorable Minister, for your information, nobody has anything to hide. You want to run a program without key performance indicators?
What they have not allowed me to say inside, I will say outside. In respect to their invitation to come here for an interactive session, I came here. The background to this was that a couple of days ago, they started mounting pressure on me that I must bring the list of those to select the 1,000 persons from all the local government, must bring it to them, for them to direct me and to direct me as to what to do from state to state. The chairman insisted I must come to them privately for them to hand over to me certain instructions as to how this program will be done across the country. I said no. That will be sharing the powers of the president. I can only be answerable for what I have done by virtue of the provisions of the Constitution. But you cannot direct me. What they are getting wrong there, they are quoting Section 88. We have litigated Section 88 over and over. What they are getting wrong there is that I am questioning their powers to investigate. I am not. I fully concede to the powers of the National Assembly to investigate for the purpose of exposing corruption. And that is the point I made, that they said I must apologize, that we cannot allow the cameras go out. I'm answering to the Nigerian people. They are also answerable to the Nigerian people. I do not see the need of an executive session in a matter like this involving 774,000 Nigerians. I do not see. The Nigerian people, the press must know what is going on. You cannot accuse me publicly of a lopsided issue and then you now close the doors and begin to say what? You cannot naked me in public and you now drag me into the room to wear my clothes. This is the point I just made. They have made accusations in public. They have said certain things about the lopsided nature in public, and they now said executive session. I said, I'm sorry. I want to say this before the cameras. I did not insult them. You were not there. I did not use any derogatory words. I did not use anything at all. I only insisted that we should do this publicly so that Nigerians will get to the root of the matter. And the root of the matter, Nigerians, the root of the matter is that they want me to bring the entire program to the House, to the committees, for them to direct as to how it will be executed, and that is not their power. They don't have such powers to direct. They can only investigate what I have done, but they cannot direct me. Do you understand me? Yes. They cannot direct me. But they cannot use it. They cannot.
Along in your exercise.
You are moving.
Who said so? Nobody said so.
The chairman said that it's not being carried out.
No, he didn't say so. He didn't say so. You must understand it very well. He didn't say so.
No,
he headed the committee.
No, he said it.
No, he didn't say so. He said he headed the committee. He didn't say so. You are getting it wrong.
20-member committee that is set up, he can only account for 8.
That the remaining 12 doesn't go.
No. They recommended a 20-man committee, which we approved. Okay. They said so. Yes, no, the interministerial committee.
Okay.
Yes, made up the
Sure. But they.
Yes. No. You get it wrong. That the eight are clearly stated in terms of their position, like CAN and all of that. The other ones are youth organizations. You cannot list youth organizations because going from state to state, there are different youth organizations depending on the peculiarities of that state. That's what he said.
The lawmakers.
Yes.
The lawmakers.
Absolutely.
The lawmakers being the representative of people. Don't you think there's a need for you to work in collaboration?
We have said it before in our press conferences. There are about 10 to 15% reserved for them. Yes, I've said it openly.
So
what do they need more than that? But the point is that they want to control. the program. They want to control it, and I have said no. Except Mr. President says I should leave it, I will leave it. But they cannot control the program. I repeat, they cannot control the program. They cannot.
But they can investigate it.
They can investigate it, and I'm ready to be coming here every day to explain what I have done, but they cannot control the program.
Why did you not apologize to them?
Because I did not see, you were out there. You were out there. Did I send it derogatory? I only insisted the cameras must be there. There's nothing to apologize for that, because the Constitution says expose corruption. You can't expose corruption behind the public.
Thank you so much.
What I said is constitutional. What I said is constitutional. They said there are powers to expose. You can't expose in camera. That is behind closed doors. You must say it before the members of the public. I am more for more transparency. They are saying they should close door. They say I should apologize for that. No.
What I'm trying to say, I want you press to see that, to know that it's not because he said he sent something on camera that he went out.
No.
It's because he is trying to guide our sitting, which is not, he's supposed to guide us. All of you know, some of you are over 10 years here, we do executive sessions. Executive sessions do not mean you are blocking the press from knowing our proceedings. So we didn't say we go for executive session because we want to block press. This is the area I want Nigerians to understand. So he was all saying that he's protecting Nigerian people. Where Nigerian people elected us, nobody elected him. When Nigerian people elected all of us, nobody elected him. So we are answerable to the people. He's not depending Nigerians, he's depending himself. And we heard that even this program is using it in support of somebody's candidate.
Okay. Naturally, you are not supposed
To guide him.
Yes, that is what you say. That you are the one.
They want to own the program.
That you want to own the program, and that's the ownership.
Gentlemen of the press, gentlemen of the press, that's the Hausa proverb that said, the person that is saying it, if he is a fool, you that are listening should not be a fool. The Director General of NDE is here. Yesterday, he inaugurated 20-man committee. And the NDE man said he's only aware of 8 people. But 20 people have been inaugurated. How did he come about the remaining 12? Maybe those remaining 12 are his business associates. Do you think we allow that?
I have not finished my question.
Before you finish,
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, if I have your permission.
Yes.
For purpose of clarity, you were there during the session.
Yes.
There are 3 issues I want you to please report. When he said we want to own the program, or they take control of the program, I did make contribution to clarify the role of different arms of government. And I made mention of the power conferred on us under Section 8 of the 88 of the Constitution. All he was submitting was the power of the executive to execute. We are not denying that. But just like you said, where the power executive lies or ends, our staff, and that constitution I quoted, gave us the power, even before you implement, even before we appropriate, we have the power to investigate. We have appropriated. What we are doing, just like the chairman has said, is we are investigating the implementation. And that power is given to, it's not ownership. In terms of that, we are doing that to be able to expose either there's corruption, there's inefficiency, or waste. Like, for example, the issue of numbers of committees. Why do we need 20 committee selection? He himself contradicted himself. That's what we want you to see in the public. He said this program is about laborers. And now they are putting in there market women. They are putting in there ASU. Will any you tell, are you picking people from the garage? Are garage people laborers? Those ones are engaged people. It's market women laborers. It's ASU do they know laborers? So we here, representing the people, will be able to identify and say, oh, instead of 20, probably this is what you need, because he quoted Section 16, and I would look at here. When he said he gave him the power of committee, he didn't, of special committee. He did give him power of special committee. But the special committee, he said minister may from time to time constitute a committee to be known as special committee of the directorate for deliberation on special matters. Even if you are interpreting, deliberation is what he said, not implementation. But he said the board shall prescribe the allowances payable to the organization and person elected as member of special committee of the directorate. If he assumes or we take it as this are special committee, the 20 times 37, and the amount they will be allocating to them, that will be telling on the 52 billion. So those are the things we are trying to look at. Now, even to the fundamentals, who are beneficiaries? We are not going. We are representing people. All of you here elected us. All of you vote. Definitely, it's not about. It's not about our putting our brother and sister. If you do that, you will fail the election next time. It's about ensuring that our constituents, the true people, should be. Just like the chairman said, I look at the list from my state the other time. I didn't see. I can identify who is there. And then my constituents, I can show you. They have been calling that this thing that is starting. How do they know? We have the power to investigate and say, is it fair in terms of selection in the state? It should be not partition. It should be to everybody. That is what we are trying to do. Ownership is joint because we represent Nigeria. Ownership of anything. Because otherwise, what he doesn't know, all Mr. President direct. We can put our foot down and say that 52 billion should be spent another way. We can also say we suspend the program. The president cannot continue because it's a law. So these are things that we need to clarify. Then my second point is that, as you see, nobody here ever said cameras should go. Did we? Nobody. No, I said from here. Did we say stop camera? Did we say you should go? That's the basic confusion. But he wants to create confusion. He said, I must speak on camera.
No, one of your members talk of damaging camera.
No. I was telling you the presiding officer.
One honorable member said that we should stop. One honorable member. Sorry? Honorable member. Sorry. Honorable member said this.
As the chairman of the
sorry, the procedure here is that the presiding officer. Sorry, Mr. Chairman, for us to speak, we speak under the chair. The presiding officer statement. The question is that did the presiding officer present all of us? Did any of the presiding officer or the president who is the chairman of the judge committee, did he say camera should go? The answer is no, he didn't say that. Two, what we are praying at, like he's a lawyer. The lawyer in the law court, the court always say we protect our jurisdictions and our rules. A judge in the court will say that. So a lawyer cannot dictate to a judge. The only final thing you can do is appeal. If a judge gives a directive that you don't like. So here what he's saying that you must do that, without saying you don't have that power and authority to direct us as to how we conduct our business. In the first instance, what you are saying is not happening, but you don't have that right. And three, the way you did it is to shout, even among ourselves. Check our rule. If a member or a senator is speaking, when we have a meeting, where you speak, you abuse your colleagues or you shout over your colleagues, you have the president has a right, other privilege. The members will raise that this guy is shouting on me. And that person, the rule can say you can suspend the person. And we just said that you are a minister, you should have decorum. There are certain things that we look at. Yes. So that respect and decorum is why we said apologize. It doesn't take anything from him. So when he now said, I cannot, you are asking to apologize because I want Nigerians to know. The answer is no. We are not hiding anything from Nigerians. We are holding it in public. So therefore, I want the point to be clarified.
Chairman, sir. The minister also said something outside that he has allowed the members of the National Assembly to bring 50% of the total number.
I don't know that. That's a
Let me answer this. As a chairman, press people, let me answer this. As a chairman of House of Reps Committee on Labor, no time in anywhere that the minister said is given 15% to the National Assembly or to my committee on Labor or National Assembly. No any time he said I should bring 15%. No point in time. I don't know whether he discussed with anybody, but not the committee.
All we want is the
Because the problem is that many Nigerians still believe that we are running a military government, where the National Assembly is not. Democracy stands. In fact, we can only define democracy when there's a National Assembly. And this government stands on the people, the judiciary, the executive, and the National Assembly. Of course, the judiciary cannot be involved in what we are doing. The National Assembly cannot be left out. We are very, very important service. The project that execution is a federal government project, not state government project. And therefore, we are the first point of call if you want to implement it. Because we represent the people, we know them down to the unit, wards, local government. So, and I want to seek the permission of our colleagues. Maybe we just suspend this meeting, and then we allow the leadership of the National Assembly to interact with the honorable
Minister and the Junior Minister, the Director General, NDE, and the Permanent Secretary, Ministry for Labor and Employment, to come and brief us, the Joint Committee of the Senate and the House of Representatives, on what is happening regarding to the special works under NDE. And before we start, we ask the Director General, NDE, and the Minister to brief us on the pilot selected states at about 8 that Mr. President has selected. Because it's because of that program that they have succeeded that gives Mr. President interest or attention now to, let's say, the entire country. That is 1,000 per local government, and 774. So they said they have done 6 states. The remaining 2 states, Adamawa and 1 other state, is because of Adamawa and Jigawa. That is because of COVID-19 they have not done the 2 states. Come back to the 52 billion approved under NDE. We now ask the Minister for State, because the Senior Minister is not here. I learned he is attending to other functions at the presidential villa, that they should explain to us how far they have gone or whether they have not started anything. Because we read in the pages of newspaper this morning that a committee has been inaugurated yesterday, 20-man selection committee from each state. And the chairman, the vice chairman, and the state coordinators of the NDE are secretary of the committee. We only read that on the news, on the pages of newspaper this morning. So we asked him to brief us how he comes about that committee. He now said there's a technical committee set up by Mr. President that comprises of 8 ministries, health, whatever works, youth and sport. But we disagree with him on that because we are lawmakers. I will try to work always within the ambit of law for implementation of whatever we have for the Nigerian people. That this money has been approved under NDE. It's even in the budget. So for him to say it's 8 ministries that are doing this, we disagree with him. And thank God the chairman of House Committee, Senate Committee on Health is here. There's another money under COVID-19 intervention that has been channeled to the Ministry for Health. He's here. And other ministries. So we said that is not the issue. How did he come about the 20-man selection? Because if he didn't get it right with the selection committee, I want to tell you that this program is going to be a failure. Assuming you bring somebody from Kano, or you bring somebody that is not known in Kano to represent Kano or to be the chairman of the Kano people, and he went there trying to recruit people from Adamawa or from Jigawa, do you think we will succeed? So these are the questions we ask. And the Director General NDE is here. The Director General said he only know of 8 people. That is the leaders of the religious faith, the Christians and the JNI, the Youth Council, the market women. That he only totally at about 8 people. They only know about 8 people. How the minister comes to arrive at the remaining 20 people is best known to him. 12, the remaining 12 people is best known to the minister. the director general, who happens to be the accounting officer of the NDE, didn't know how he comes about the selection of the 20 people. Do you think that's justice here? That's not justice. And we cannot sit down and watch him. How did you come about the 20 people? But because he claims he's a lawyer, he's trying to bring confusion. He's trying to short around. He's trying to make it, the whole system look like busybody, that this is a public hearing. This is not public hearing. If it is public hearing, we will not invite only the 2 ministers, the Director General NDE, and the Permanent Secretary. We will invite even the public, the market women, and even the youth and the laborers to come and tell us how they want the program to be run. This is not a public hearing. We only want them to tell us how they arrived at the selection of 20 people from each state. But because he has a skeleton in his cupboard, he didn't want us to go ahead. Even the Director General that is the accounting officer of the NDE didn't know about the 20 people. What is he trying to tell people? So, and at the end of the day, he tried to insult the lawmakers. And he tried, as if he's trying to tell us the procedures of our sitting. This is part of sitting of the National Assembly. And the National Assembly will have our rules that guides the sitting of the parliament under the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That is why we are here. You cannot just come overnight because you are a minister cleared by the National Assembly and tell us what to do while we don't have it in the National Assembly rule. We say no to that. And we ask him, you are here today because the National Assembly cleared you. You are here today is to help the president to succeed to deliver the good governance to the people we are represented. So he should not come bring a confusion to say, this is what I want you to do. We have been inviting ministers. We have invited more than hundreds of ministers here, either for budget defense or for interaction session from the boss house, just like the one we are doing today. And there's no problem regarding to it, because our main aim is to check the executive for checks and what? Balances. Even FGA was here sometimes, and all the permanent secretary in his office, they explain things to us. It's just to tell us, how did you arrive at the 20 people? Now the DG said, he's aware of the organization, Christian Faith and others. How did you, what happened to the remaining 12 people? How did you come about them? How did you come about them? And from the beginning, he said that they wanted it to be as if nobody, no partisan, any person that registered in any political party in Nigeria should not be involved. He later changed his word when I asked him, is it that if you are a chairman of a political party or a secretary of a political party, but all these things, I want to believe he's trying to have a way to disorganize the interaction session of the both houses. This is where we are. So we decided to suspend this sitting until they clear the discrepancies or what is happening regarding to the special works.
So, distinguished.
Yes.